I know they did not just bait us with this gorgeous bottle with identical juice inside. As you all know, the original Libre has been an absolute classic, but this one promises a sweet gourmand twist on the original. So today I'm going to give y'all the tea on whether or not Vanille Couture is worth all of this excitement. Stay tuned. Welcome back, my loves, and if you are new here, I am the Sensei, and welcome to my channel where every day smells like cuteness, confidence, and a little bit of luxury. If that sounds like something you're into, I welcome you to join my family and become my sis. That way, you don't miss out on the latest or the greatest. So without further ado, let's jump in. Y'all, I'm so excited to be talking about this fragrance today. Like, come on now. Like, we've been waiting. I'm a big fan of the Libre line, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on this gorgeous bottle. Not just for myself, but for y'all. In this review, I'm going to share my thoughts on the scent profile, the longevity, the projection, and where it fits in the Libre lineup. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to decide on whether or not you need to add this to your collection. And before we jump into the video, y'all know we have to get into this presentation. And as you all can see, this has the same classic design as all of the others from the YSL Libre range, which is inspired by a tuxedo. The only difference with this one is that it has these gorgeous gold metal plaques on the front and back and clear sides, which I am loving because I'm able to see when I'm running out of juice. But out of all the bottles, I do find this one to be the most stunning of them all. The only thing that I hate is that this only came in a 50 ml. I don't know why they did not make these available in 100 ml. Makes no sense to me. They would have definitely sold. As far as the box, this is the box that it came in, which is pretty similar to all of the other boxes that the other Libre perfumes came in. Nothing groundbreaking at all, which was a huge disappointment to me because the PR boxes that this perfume came in was giving just as stunning as the bottle. I don't know if y'all been seeing them, but they've been all over YouTube. Try to search one. I can't remember off the top of my head whose channel I seen it on that I could think of, but just Google them. Boxes are given. But yeah, when I got mine and it came in this box, I was so disappointed. Quick background for those who may not be familiar with the Libre range. The original Libre EDP is the core DNA from which all of the flankers diverge. Then we have the Libre EDT. That's going to be a lighter, fresher take. We have Libre Intense, which is a sweeter, deeper version of the original. Then we have my personal favorite, which is the Libre Le Parfum. This is going to be a spicy, gourmand, richer, honey-like version of the original. Then we have the Libre L'Absolu Platine, and that one is supposed to be like a more unisex, lavender forward version of it. Then we have Libre Flowers and Flames, and that is a floral vocal take on it. Then we have Libre L'Eau Nue, and that is an alcohol-free version that is supposed to be like a more skin-enhancing citrus version of the original. And now we have the Libre Vanille Couture, which is supposed to be a more warm, gourmand, sweeter take on the original. This is the 7th flanker in the bunch. And the notes in Libre Vanille Couture is bourbon vanilla, orange blossom, vanilla caviar, lavender, and rum. I'm just going to spray a little just to familiarize myself with it, even though I have been definitely wearing this for a few days. Okay, now upon initial spray, you are immediately going to get that subdued lavender signature Libre DNA, but not as sharp. This is very, very close to the intense version, but softer and sweeter, which was kind of disappointing because the original DNA is so distinctive. So it was like a here we go again type of deal. After having 6 nearly identical flankers, I was really just hoping that this was going to go like all the way in another direction. So I was definitely put off. Like, I know they did not just bait us with this gorgeous bottle with identical juice inside. But after about 20 minutes in, the vanilla does become more noticeable and it settles into a more warm realm with a whisper of florals. So even though this one is very, very similar to the Intense, this one does go in a more warm vanilla direction over the classic Libre base. And I know that this has a rum accord, but I do not get any rum. I do not get any booziness in this fragrance. Like, okay, maybe if I search for it and I breathe deeply into my nostrils and in my soul, if I meditate deeply, I get a little. But if I had to just like guess the notes from smelling this perfume, I would have never, ever guessed rum to be in this fragrance, which was a huge disappointment because I love me a boozy vanilla. And that is exactly what I thought this was going to be. But no. Next, projection. As far as projection, you do not need to overspray with this one. People will smell you. The first day I got this, I got compliments and I only sprayed my wrists. It doesn't seem to be intended to be a bold, room-filling fragrance. But just like the others, she's an extreme compliment magnet. My coworker even asked me what I was wearing because he wants to get it for his wife. As far as longevity, I want to say I got like 5+ hours with this one. It doesn't seem to match the extreme longevity of the original, the Intense, and the Le Parfum. But to be fair, I do want to spend a little more time with her before I say that. To give a more accurate review on longevity, because with the others, I've had more time and more wears with those ones, I was able to learn those ones just from wearing them so much in different occasions, temperatures, and different scenarios. Because there has been times where with those, I was not able to smell them anymore, but was still receiving compliments. So it could very well be that way with this one as well. And I've only been testing it over the past week since it was released. So because it smells so similar to the Intense, I do have faith that this one may perform better. So I'll be letting you guys know in a future video on the exact longevity. So overall performance, I would say this is moderate for now. It's definitely not beastly. And right now we'll just say 5 hours, which is pretty solid for a vanilla perfume. As far as the vibe, this one is giving elegance. It's not a playful sweet vanilla. This is more of a refined vanilla with some warmth, giving it a more grown-up, sensual sensibility. I feel like this would be best suited if this was worn during the evening, dinner, date nights, nighttime activities, cozy gatherings. I want to say cooler months. Given its limited edition during the fall, I'm thinking that this was intended for cooler months, especially with the note breakdown. So I can tell that it was intended to be a cold weather release. Plus, I could tell that she wants to be a sweet, cozy gourmand so bad. But sadly, she's not. She is just a wannabe. In my opinion, she can be worn all year long, just like the other flankers. So question, if you own all of the other flankers, do you need this one? What unique space does Vanille Couture occupy? So what's new? It's a vanilla with a gourmand twist. Not gourmand, gourmand twist. It shifts back the original Libre. As far as the lavender prominence, this is going to be more of a warm vanilla. So if you loved like the Le Parfum or the Intense, but you wanted something that's a little more softer, you probably like this one better. This could work and be that bridge in the line between those two, because it does give a more mellow, cozier alternative that you do not get from all of the other flankers, because for the most part they all have like a slight sharpness to them, even if it's just only in the beginning, and this one does not have it. So I do love that this one is less aggressive. Now, in my opinion, this does overlap and has a little bit of redundancy going on. If you own Le Parfum or Intense, which already leans into a slightly sweet vanilla territory, this may feel like a lighter sibling rather than a wholly new direction, which is what I think not just myself, what a lot of people was expecting. So if your collection is already saturated with vanilla lavender scents, then this one may not feel as essential, to be honest. The modest projection may mean that it does not stand out compared to the other flankers. But because it is a limited edition and availability is at risk, you might want to. But in the same token, buying just to complete the line may not justify the price for all collectors. So my final take on this is, if I was speaking to a viewer who already owns several Libre flankers, I'd say, if you love the Libre line and enjoy exploring every nuance, especially in the vanilla territory, then Vanille Couture is a beautiful addition. It gives you a warmer, more intimate, vanilla-centric Libre that you didn't quite have yet. But if your goal is to maximize variety per dollar, and you already have Intense and Le Parfum, or other lavender vanilla perfumes in your collection like Burberry Goddess perhaps, then this may just feel like a lovely super soft echo to stuff you already have. So in short, yes, add it if you are a Libre collector. But to be 100% honest, this scent profile has become a bit redundant in my opinion. Is this a beautiful vanilla with some added Libre DNA sauce? Absolutely. But I think this offering might be something that is more appreciated by collectors, and that is just my opinion, which is subject to change. So for those who have this perfume, tell me your thoughts. Do you think this is worth the buy, or is this just some basic juice in a beautiful bottle? Tell me your thoughts so we can discuss it. And until next time, thank you so much for watching my video, and you guys have a lovely day.